Yoga is not a substitute for medical attention or treatment. Don't perform any postures to the extent of pain or strain. Always listen to your body and meet yourself with kindness and compassion.
All right, let's begin then. If you want, you can have 2 blocks ready for today's class. We'll start out in child's pose. You don't really need the blocks, but if you have some ready and you like practicing with them, feel free to have them nearby. And beginning in child's pose, you choose knees together or knees apart. When you're ready, crawl your hands forward, maybe sway a couple of times side to lengthen the spine, and then finally find some rest for your head, maybe on a block or on your hands, or maybe the head comes all the way down to the mat. And as always, as we start off, we allow ourselves a few moments to fully arrive on the mat, in the pose, and in our breath. So once you feel a little bit more settled in your child's pose, go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose, fully fill up your lungs, create space. And then open your mouth and exhale, sigh the breath out. And again, deep breath in through the nose, really expand through the ribs. And exhale, soften, let the breath go. One last time here, big inhale through the nose, soft in the back of the neck. And exhale, soften, let it all go. And then just taking another moment here, checking in. If you can soften a little bit more through the fingertips and the toes. Are you holding any tension in the area of your belly? And can you soften into your jaw, your face, your eyes? On your next inhale, walk yourself off to the right side. So lift your head up and move your arms over to the right side. Hips stay where they are. And we just find an extension through the left side body. You can stay with the head lifted between your biceps, or maybe try pulling your nose towards the right knee. And then pushing gently into the left hand and into the left hip, we create a little bit more space in the left side body. One more breath in here. One more breath out. Come back through the center of the mat and then walk yourself all the way off to the left. And again, once you have found your maximum stretch here, you can stay with the head lifted or maybe try and pull your nose towards the left knee. Gentle pressure into the right hand and a little push into the right hip helps you to navigate that intention in the right side body. One inhale, long exhale here. Make your way back to the center of the mat and then just rest your forehead down one more time, finding one last breath cycle in child's pose. On your next inhale, we lift up into tabletop. Stack your hands under the shoulders. Walk your knees into a hip-width distance. Toes are parallel to each other, pointing back. And we immediately connect breath and movement here as we drop the belly. Inhale, lift the gaze. And exhale, rounding into the back of the spine, finding cat and cow movement here in your own rhythm. Breathing in, we expand the front side of the body. And breathing out, we create space and dome into the upper back, chin to the chest. And then you just want to maybe close your eyes so you can completely focus on the sensations that you experience while you move here, mobilizing into the spinal column. And we'll be here for just 2 more rounds. Awesome. Make sure your knees, tops of the feet and hands really push down into the mat for the last movement here. And And then coming back into a neutral tabletop, shoulders stack on top of the wrists, knees still underneath the hips. Now I want you to tuck your toes under and then push into your toes and then lift your knees, just hover them very close to the mat. And we're gonna stay here for a little bit longer than maybe you would wish. So we're pressing into the fingertips, pressing the shoulders out and away from each other. Make sure your knees don't come up too high, just let them hover straight above the mat. Maybe push your hips a little bit more back so they align with the knees. And then see if you can continue that smooth inhale and exhale here. Hovering table, really right away engaging into creating a little bit more warmth in the body, connecting to those core muscles. And of course, if it's too hard, you can always set the knees down. We'll be here for another 10, 9, 8. See if you can keep your smile or put one on. 6, 5, 4. Draw the belly up, push the shoulders away, ears away from the shoulder. 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Push your hips back and up and extend your legs any amount that works for you. Right away, come into a little of a pedal here. One heel and then the other, alternating, pushing the heels to the mat. Pressing your palms and the side of your thumb and index finger into the mat a little bit harder than the pinky fingers. Gaze is back towards the knees. And then from here, see if you can roll externally the shoulders away from the ears. And we'll take another full good breath in here in downward facing dog. And then look up towards the top of the mat and begin to walk your feet all the way up into a forward fold. Uttanasana at the top of the mat. Halfway lift, maybe the hands up the shins to lengthen the spine and push the heart forward and out. Exhale, allow the hands to come back down to the ground, chin to the chest. Press into all corners of your feet as you bend the knees gently and then open your arms wide. Lift all the way up to standing. Lift your arms up overhead. Maybe gaze follows. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a moment here, just grounding into your feet, taking and catching your breath. Nice. Blink your eyes open if they had closed. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up again. And exhale, open your arms, dive forward with a straight back, fingertips back to the mat. Halfway lift, fingertips on the mat or the shins. Straighten your spine. Step your feet back and lower your knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Inhale, slide onto your belly, untuck your toes, baby cobra, elbows hugging into the chest, extension in the heart. And then forehead down to the mat. Tuck your toes under again, push yourself back into a tucked toes child's pose. Big breath in here. And then up into downward facing dog, lift the hips. Good. Now let's bring the big toes to connect. And then see if you can release your left hand towards that right ankle. So you're coming into a little bit of a twist here in your downward facing dog. You can stay here. If you're up for a little bit of a challenge in seeing where your balance is today, you might want to extend the left leg back and up, just parallel to the mat. Flex into the left foot, and then keep pressing into your right hand, your right foot. Keep holding onto your right ankle. Maybe move your left ankle if it has lifted just a couple of times. One last breath here. And it's okay if you're wobbling. Slowly bring your left foot back down. Release your left hand forward, and what we do on the right, we do on the left. So again, set yourself up into a nice steady downward facing dog. Reach your right hand for the left ankle, and then see if you can find a focus point for your face, for your gaze, and maybe lift. Maybe one side is different than the other. Lift that right leg up, flex into the right foot. Keep pushing your chest back to the left leg. Little movements in the right foot. And a little shake, a little wobble is great. It's just your muscles calibrating where they can focus on. And then exhale, slowly bring the right foot back down. Bring your right hand forward, and then again come back into your plank pose. Hold here, hover in your plank pose for 3, for 2, for 1. And we push back to downward facing dog. Big inhale here, big exhale out. On your next inhale, lift your left leg back and up. And again, rotate a bit more into that left ankle, maybe crunch your toes. And then with the next inhale, shift your weight forward, tap your left knee to the left elbow. Inhale, push the left leg back, three-legged dog. We come forward, twisting left knee to right elbow. Back to three-legged dog. This time we pull the knee in straight towards the face. Hold and hover here. Flex into your left foot and step the left foot up in between the hands. Good. Lengthen your spine here. Just find length in the lower back. And then as you exhale, lower the right knee down to the ground. Untuck your back toes. And inhale, come all the way up into your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Good. Big inhale here. Big exhale out. See if you can lift out of the right hip crease, just lengthening into the lower back. And then go ahead, interlace your hands behind your lower back, left thumb on top of the right. Extend your knuckles down to the floor and see if you can open up a little bit more into the front of the shoulders and your collarbones. Big inhale here. Big exhale out. Now lean a little bit forward and really press into your left heel, press into the top of that right foot, and try and see if you can lift the right knee off the floor. I know, a little bit unconventional, but see if it works. Breathe here, really press into the right big toe. We're here for 3, for 2, for 1. Slowly, gently lower the right knee down. Interlace of the hand breaks free. Arms reach up into your low lunge. And then we exhale. Bring both hands down to the ground. Keep your right fingertips on the mat. Tuck your right toes under. Lift the right knee. Open up into your easy twist. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Big inhale here. See if you can pull the left hip a little bit more back and bend a little bit more into the left knee. Last inhale here. You can stay here or maybe place your left hand onto the back of your left ear for opening up a bit more into the left front shoulder. Feet are pressing firmly into the mat, so you could actually hover your right hand. It's just there for support, but no weight in the fingers of the right hand. Last inhale. Last exhale out. And then the right hand comes back down to the ground. We step back into our plank pose. And knees, chest, chin to the ground or chaturanga. You choose lower half or all the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Down dog as we exhale. Big breath in here. Big breath out. Right away, right leg lifts all the way up, three-legged dog. Motion into your right ankle, toes. Good. And then as we exhale, bring the right knee to the left elbow. Sorry, right knee to the right elbow first. Twisting after that. Inhale, three-legged dog. Now twisting over right knee to the left elbow. Inhale, push it back. And then right knee pulls in towards the center. Hold it here, flex into the right foot, and step the right foot up in between the hands. Lengthen at first, sternum and crown of the head pushing forward, and then allow the left knee to drop down to the floor. Untuck the back toes. Rise up into your low lunge. Good. See if you can lift a little bit out of your pubic bone, your front left hip crease. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the lower back. This time, right thumb on top of the left. And then extend your elbows, push your knuckles back and down. Open the front side of your body. Big inhale here, maybe the gaze lifts. We stay for one more breath. And then slowly hinge a little bit more forward, lengthen out of the lower back. Keep pushing into that left foot and see if you can lift the left knee off the mat. Holding here in this really awkward low lunge with a lifted knee. Breathing in and breathing out. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower the left knee down to the ground. Release the fingers. Inhale, low lunge, reach the arms up overhead. Both hands plant and frame your right foot. Tuck the back toes under. Prepare for your easy twist. Lift the left knee up and reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Find a nice long spine. Keep pushing your right hip back and see if you can stack the left heel over your left toes for expression and strength in that left leg. You might want to stay here or bend your right elbow so you can connect your hand behind the right ear. Whatever you do, try and focus into rolling that right shoulder a little bit more to stack over the left. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach that right arm up. Exhale, bring it down. And this time, let's step the left foot forward. Halfway lift, flat back, inhale. And exhale to fold. Good. See if you can grab your big toes with your first 3 fingers. And then at first, lengthen. Extend into the elbows. Find that halfway lift, but your fingers are hooked onto your front big toes. And then exhale, maybe bend your knees a little bit and then open your elbows out to the side. Try and see if you can pull your nose, your forehead a little bit more to the knees. Inhale, lengthen one more time. Find length in the spine. Extend through your arms. And exhale to fold. This time we'll stay here for 5 breaths. In our forward fold, the more you shift your weight into your toes, the more sensation in the backs of the legs. This is a beautiful stretch for the entire posterior chain of your muscles, back of the neck all the way down into the heels. Take 2 more breaths here. Good. Slowly release the hands from your big toes. Lift up halfway once more. And then exhale, walk your feet back to plank or jump back to plank, you choose. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin down to the ground. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg rises up towards the ceiling. We repeat those variations. Left knee, left elbow as you come forward. 3-legged dog, inhale. Left knee, right elbow as you come forward. 3-legged dog, inhale. Left knee towards the chest. Hold here. Flex into the foot and step it up in between the hands. This time we rise up into our high lunge. Feet stay exactly as they are. We inhale, both arms come up into high lunge. Big breath in here. Big breath out. See if you can lift that right heel up nice and high, and see if you can create space in the front of your hip crease. As we exhale, we pull the elbows down towards the ribs for 3. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull them down for 2. See as if you could work through resistance. Exhale, pull them down for last time. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, we open up to warrior 2. Ooh, big breath out. Good. Lining up your left front heel with the arch of the right foot. Gaze towards the left fingertips. See if you can sit nice and low into your left knee, stacking it over the left ankle. Gaze towards the left fingertips. Big breath in here. As we inhale, we straighten the left foot. We pull the hands together in Namaste in front of the heart, and we lift the left toes. We exhale back to warrior 2. 2 more of those. Inhale, hands to the heart. Extend the left knee and pull the toes up. Good. Exhale back into your warrior 2. 1 more of those. Inhale, extend hands to the heart, toes lift. And exhale back to warrior 2. Beautiful. From here, flip your left hand, reverse your warrior, guide your left arm all the way up and overhead, coming back into that side body extension on your left side. Big inhale here. Big exhale out. Left knee stays nice and bent. Next inhale back to warrior two. Core is engaged. Nice. Extend your left knee again. Wiggle the right foot in a little bit shorter for Trikonasana. We lean out over the left hand, reaching as far as we can, and then dialing the left hand down towards the left foot, a block, or the floor. Right arm reaches up straight to the ceiling. Make sure your left knee is not locked, but just micro bend. Awesome. You can stay here, totally valid. Or if you want to challenge your core a little bit more, reach your right arm up overhead, and then release your left arm. So you can take both arms up diagonally to the front. Your choice. You can challenge yourself. You can totally stay in Trikonasana. Work on key alignments. 3, 2, 1. If you've lifted both hands, drop the left hand down again. Right arm reaches up. We come back into warrior two, bending into the left knee. Lift your torso up. That's it. And then as we exhale, we pivot back into our high lunge crescent pose, lifting the right heel up towards the ceiling. We want to come into a twist from here. So facing forward, we reach the right arm out in front, left arm reaches back behind. The hips still stay facing forward. We only give a rotation into the upper part of the spine. Both arms at warrior two height. Take another inhale here. And then let's reverse this twist. So the left hand comes to the right back of the thigh, and then the right arm reaches up and overhead with still a nice big bend in that left knee. Inhale here, big breath. And exhale, come back into that twist. And then we set the right hand down to the ground for that easy twist again. And we transition into our side plank from here. So pivot onto the right side of the foot. Step your left foot back. Maybe stacking both feet on top of each other is exactly where you want to be today. If you want more, reach your left arm up overhead and lift your left leg up and off the right. Wherever you are, see if you can still add a little smile to your face. 3, 2, 1. Vinyasa. Bring your hands down underneath the shoulders. You flow, chaturanga, or knees just chin to the ground. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. Catching our breath. Setting up for the other side. Neck soft. Jaw relaxed. Good. And on an inhale, we lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Right knee, right elbow. Here we go. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Right knee, left elbow twist. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Right knee pulls in towards the chest. Hold and hover for a moment. And then flex into your right foot. Step it all the way through. Inhale, find your footing to rise up into your high lunge crescent pose. Nice. I'm just going to turn so you can see me not only from the back. Big breath in here and big breath out. As we exhale, pull the elbows down towards the ribs for 3. Inhale, extend. Pull down for 2. Lift that left heel up nice and high. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbows to the ribs for 3. Inhale and extend. And open up, warrior 2. Exhale. Awesome. Gaze over that right hand. Shoulders in line with your fingertips. Sit nice and low into that right knee. Make sure knee stacks over the right ankle. Big inhale here. Big exhale out. And here we go. Inhale, extend the right leg, pull the toes in as the hands come together at the heart. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, lift that right foot, hands to the heart. Exhale, warrior 2. One more time. Inhale, extend and bring the hands together. Exhale, bend into the right knee, warrior 2. Flip your right hand, reach forward, create length as you reverse your warrior. Big inhale here. Keep the right knee nice and bent. Find length from underneath the armpit to the right fingertips. Last inhale here. Last exhale out. Inhale, come back up into warrior two. And then pivot onto your back toes and come back into your crescent pose, high lunge. Big breath in here. Preparing for our twist. Hips stay facing forward, and then we pivot out of the upper spine. Left arm forward, right arm back. Nice bend in that right knee. Good. One more inhale here. And then slowly drop that right hand to your left hamstrings. And then lift your left arm all the way up overhead with this nice bend in the right knee. Good. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in here. One more breath out. Slowly come back into that twisted lunge. And then windmill your hands down to the ground. Left hand is on the ground. Right arm still reaching up. We pivot onto the outer edge of that left foot. Coming into our side plank on the left. Maybe stay here. If this is all too much, you can always drop the left knee. If you want more, reach the right arm up overhead and lift your right foot off for a lifted side plank. 3, 2, 1. Last vinyasa. Find your hands underneath your shoulders. Come down into your cobra or your up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Big breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. You can jump forward and come into a seat, or you can walk forward and then cross your ankles. Find a seat that way. And then we're coming into boat pose. So feet lift, shins are parallel, hands holding on to the backs of the knees for now. And then from here, let's see if we can come into half boat. Releasing the hands forward, we lower the torso and the legs towards the mat. And we inhale, come back up. Good, let's do 5 more. 5. Good. 4. Nice. 3. Keep your feet engaged, keep your face soft. 2 more. Awesome. Last one. Hold your boat. Good. Now, let's wear those muscles in our core out. Interlace all the fingers but your index fingers. Point over to the right lower corner of your mat. Over to the left lower corner of your mat. Over to the right knee. To the left knee. To the right top of your room. Left top of your room. Let's reverse. Right top of the room. Left knee. Right knee. Left lower corner of the mat. Right lower corner of the mat. Back to the center. Shoot your arms and your legs straight. 3, 2, 1. And hug your knees in. Come all the way down onto your mat. Make sure your head hits the mat when you release it down. Hug your knees into the chest. Just give it a little sway here. Good. And then release your feet down for the last active pose of this sequence. Coming into bridge pose. So feet are hip width apart, heels closer in towards the buttocks. And then we push into the heels, lengthen the lower back to lift the hips up. You can go ahead and shimmy your shoulders a little bit closer so that you can interlace your hands underneath the lower back. And we breathe here. Finding our breath. Maybe if you look down towards your belly, you can see the beat of your heart. I totally can. So I'm going to observe my belly, just watching how my heartbeat slows back down to its natural normal rhythm. See if you can push a little bit more into the pinky fingers. Draw the knuckles a little bit more towards the heels. Push more into the heels to lengthen the lower back. Knees are parallel to each other. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly release the hands if they're in the bind, and lower down vertebra by vertebra until your lower back connects back down to the mat. Open your feet out to the mat width, and then just extend your arms into a T and drop both knees over to the right side. You can totally just stay here, working into stretching the top of that left thigh and coming into a gentle twist. As always, if you want more, take your right ankle and place it on top of that left knee and just add a little bit more sensation into your twist. You can also cactus your arms so that your palms are facing up and your elbows are bent 90 degrees, forearms on the floor. You can also turn your head over to the left side. We'll take one more full deep breath in. Breathe in as deep as you can and draw the breath to the belly. Open your mouth, exhale soft and let it go. Slowly release the ankle from the knee if it was on top of it. And then allow the knees to come to center and drop over to the left side. Again, you choose if you want to just keep it as it is or place the left ankle on top of the right knee this time. You could also choose to turn your head to gaze to the right. Breathing in and out of the nose here. Big breath in, big breath out. One last time. Blow up your belly with that inhalation. Create space between the ribs. And exhale, let it all go. Slowly come back to the center. And if you're practicing this at home, feel free to come into Shavasana because this is a live class and only 30 minutes long. Hug your knees into the chest and then slowly give it a rock so that you can come back up into a seat. Finding your head stacking on top of your shoulders, shoulders above the hips, with the eyes closed. Let's just take 3 deep breaths together, just as we started. Big breath in. Open mouth, breath out. And again, inhale deep. Exhale long. One last time, big inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top of that inhalation. And if you like, give it an audible exhale out. Beautiful. Draw the hands together at the heart. Gently bow your chin to the chest to connect your brain, your mind to your body and your heart. Thank you so much for flowing through this energizing 30-minute practice. See you next time. Namaste.